Hey everybody, we're here for a new episode of Five for Talking. I'm here with Caps, the captain of the show. Always has a cappuccino on hand. This way he doesn't get tired during the videos.
It's a T.
It's a tea cappuccino.
Currently
Uh,
watching Anaheim versus Chicago right now. Anaheim is just thumping Chicago. 7-1. That's crazy. You think Anaheim's legit this year?
yeah, I do. I picked them to win tonight because I thought there was no chance they could lose to Chicago.
Um, who are your first picks for the Olympics? Would you say that Celebrini and Bedard are like the top?
I would say Celebrini at the top.
Yeah, like your top picks, like in
No,
terms of like.
Nathan MacKinnon and Connor McDavid.
Okay, all right. How about
How
your?
many picks
Okay,
do I
so
get?
well, I mean, like, how about like, would you say that Celebrini and Bedard have made the team?
I
How
think
about that?
structurally, if you're asking me to build a team, there's a really good chance I'm taking Celebrini. I'm probably not taking Bedard because he doesn't offer me anything except offense. And I think Celebrini is a more well rounded player than Bedard.
Um, I mean, I would like you. I would have to take a look at my team. Um, I'd probably take the two that you mentioned before, but I probably would also take Celebrini and Bedard as well. I think there's a spot for all four, obviously. Um, would you take Crosby?
Yeah, 100%.
I think he's like on pace for like 50 goals this year. That's unheard of for.
I would take 40-year-old Crosby because you need a captain.
Oh, he's your captain, eh? It's not McDavid. No. Okay.
Sidney Crosby? Okay, yeah, hold on. I'm going to bring Wayne Gretzky and I'm not going to make him the captain.
Ooh,
It doesn't matter who we slap the actual C on. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
We know what Sidney Crosby means to you in the locker room.
Yeah.
Anyone has heard stories about Sidney Crosby being a leader.
Yeah.
That's your
Uh,
guy.
I, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about the Olympics. So it'll be interesting what
I'm
happens.
taking Brad Marchand.
I mean, there's a lot to choose from. I think the only place that I have concerns is their goalies. Um, all our Canadian goals are pretty much having trouble this year. Bennington, Montemburro, Logan Thompson's kind of up and down.
He's
I
the
know
only one
Washington.
that I want.
Yeah, I mean Washington's starting to come make a bit of a comeback here, but after Logan Thompson's like, who do you choose?
For me, if you're gonna let me pick and they are healthy, I'm taking Thompson. I'm taking Aiden Hill, and I'm sure they'll take Bennington because of he won for Canada at the whatever it's called. But I mean, I think maybe I don't even know. That third spot is kind of a weird spot. But I'm 100% taking Aiden Hill and Logan Thompson.
Yeah, those are your three. Eh? Well, it's a good three. I mean, obviously, I guess when you put them on a good team, they probably
Aiden
rise
Hill
to the
just can't
occasion.
stay healthy.
Who can't stay healthy?
Aiden Hill.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
I mean, generally Canada has a good roster. I'm just worried about the guaranteed Tampa Bay picks we know we're gonna get because Cooper is the in charge. Like it's not like I don't like Hagel or Sorelli, but like I just don't think they're Team Canada players.
Is John Cooper selected as a coach for the Olympics? I
Yeah,
haven't been keeping up. Like
I'm
that's
pretty sure it is.
100%
Yeah.
because I heard something about Paul Maurice, and I don't know
I
if
mean, yeah, fine, let it be.
you know.
I'm taking. I'll tell you, I'm taking Braden Point. That's another guy you can put on my team.
Mhm.
Um, for sure. And Kale McCarr is definitely on my team.
Yeah, the talent's there.
I'll
But
take
yeah,
Schaefer from the Islanders before I took Bedard.
it's crazy. I mean, you got a lot of good talent out there. I think Bedard's taken a step forward.
I
He's
agree. It's
progressed
not
this
that he's
year.
bad, but I just think he's a one-dimensional player.
Yeah, I think he's a fantastic player. But yeah, no, that's fine. That's cool. Let's see what happens. I think it starts when in February.
I don't even know. I don't track Olympics enough to know information.
I do know that there's like some sort of a controversy in terms of the arenas or something like that. They're not ready or all that stuff. But
They built one arena for hockey,
wow,
so they all have to play in the same arena, and
that's insane.
it's 4 feet short of NHL regulation size, which it's supposed to be international size, which is bigger than an NHL rink.
Bigger. Um,
And there's no roof on the stadium yet.
that's
It's
insane.
December.
I don't see them like being ready by then. Like that's crazy. Like you would think that somebody, some rep, would have gone over there to check things out before anything to see if it was ready. But I guess they didn't do their due diligence. It's like, come on,
So
like this
apparently
is the
the
Olympics we're talking
the
about here.
Olympic Committee apparently is very angry with them.
Wow,
I mean, what are we gonna do about that?
what are
Team
we gonna do about?
USA though, couple Kachucks, Austie Matthew,
What
they
was
could
that?
be the Team USA could be really good.
Oh, definitely. But
Like
anyway,
they could be scary, scary.
oh, I would say so. Yeah, but it'll be interesting. A lot more teams. Um, Good chance of there being some sort of an upset with some of these teams that weren't at the Four Nations, obviously. But we'll see what happens. I guess. Let's talk about NHL stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about NHL stuff. Let's talk about how Colorado is the most godly team in the league.
I mean, they got the MVP.
It's it to me really like Dallas is close to them in points, but like I don't think Dallas is anywhere near their caliber. And Nathan MacKinnon is just on another level that I can't even explain.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, at this point in time, like when we're talking about the best player in the world, I think McKinnon's got that title. You got some guys. I mean, McDavid is starting to step up a lot.
he's really making a comeback. I'll give him
He's
that.
really making a comeback. Celebrini is insane, but right now,
Natchez is on a roll.
yeah. Um, but McKinnon is the best player in the world right now.
The I know that you're not going to go into great detail here because you would need a lot of research, but like all the moves in the last 2 years that Colorado made, like deadline moves and stuff, we looked at it and we were like, you kind of got worse from that trade, but somehow they just keep getting better. Like every trade they make, they somehow got better from every trade, or they
Well,
turn that bad piece into a good piece.
um, what are we talking about here? Specifically, the Rantanen thing,
Well,
or
Rantanen trade, if you look at it on paper, nothing that came back is something you're like, wow, that's as good as Rantanen. Or
yeah,
when they made that trade for Ryan Johansson like 2 years ago at the trade deadline, and we were like, what a dumb trade. But then they turned that into cap space and then got people. And now you have Landeskog back, who's playing decently.
yeah, like I think they're just like complementary pieces that just develop chemistry and they just complement each other and made themselves a better team. I mean, you can't like what they did last year. I think around December or January, they just like traded away like about
They
a
traded away
quarter of their
both of their
roster.
goalies
Yeah,
for two backup goalies
yeah,
who are
yeah.
now both two of the best starting goalies in the NHL. That's who you
I,
could have. You could have Mackenzie Blackwood or Scott Wedgwood be on Team Canada.
why, if I were the Colorado Avalanche, I'd give my scouts a freaking raise because who would have thought? Um,
There's your
uh,
third goalie for Team Canada, though. Pick one of those guys from Colorado.
yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, right now Colorado's the best team in the NHL. What can I say? It's
By a long shot.
by a long shot. Yeah.
I wouldn't have any like qualms right now about saying they're going to win the cup. Like I'm very confident that they're probably winning the cup.
Well, for anybody that's watching out there, I mean, heads up, we'll probably do another Who's going to win the cup video very, very soon. We'll see. But right now, yes, I would have to agree with you. Colorado would probably be the favorite. And, I really don't see like a close second. Like it's just they've really taken the bull by the horns and just run off with it.
So
Because, yeah,
is there no All-Star game this year because of the Olympics?
I would imagine no, because it's just the Olympics have taken up what, maybe 3 weeks
Yeah.
of the NHL season, and just to like condense it to the point to have the NHL condense it to a point and actually still have the All-Star game. It's just I don't see it happening.
Because it's there's always three to me defining points of the season: American Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then after the All-Star break is like the 3 points when you can judge the way the league looks and have a good picture of like what's happening.
I would probably add a fourth after the trade deadline.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe a little bit after the trade deadline, because obviously people have to get used to each other. But like, yeah, 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 I agree.
And all of those things are like exactly a month apart, which is crazy.
It's
Um,
different stages of the season. Yeah, that would definitely give you a good look. Yeah.
so the last thing I want to talk about NHL wise is like realistically, except for Nashville, who just looks awful, I would say like it's a pretty wide open NHL this year. So to just,
Especially in the East.
especially in the East, to just point at it and be like, oh well, these teams suck or blah blah blah, whatever. But for the sake of this conversation,
Yeah.
there are no good Canadian teams right now, relative to the top of the league, other than Montreal, who is currently sliding down the standings.
Yeah. At this moment in time, if we're talking about consistently, at this moment in time, no, I would say no, there aren't any good Canadian teams. Like you said, Montreal's starting to slip. Toronto is starting to gain a little momentum, but I'm just not dead
Edmonton's
set
been
on them.
playing a little bit better.
Edmonton's starting to play a little bit better, but you know as well as I do, and you're a huge advocate of this. They don't have a goalie tandem that can consistently, keep them in the game on a nightly basis.
If they had
Um,
good scouting, they could have got Scott Wedgwood or Mackenzie Blackwood for $0 basically
yeah,
and fixed their problems. But instead, they paid Skinner more money and doubled down on him.
I am curious as what Edmonton is going to do to try and fix that. It's like who do you who who's willing to make a deal with them, because I would imagine that any goalie that they're going to go after, they will have to give up a lot for that goalie, because that team knows the weakness of the Edmonton Oilers, and I'm pretty sure that the Oilers were paid top dollar for that goalie.
And I think it's fair too, because if you're a team in the NHL, you're not just trying to give on a team you're facing what they want, right? So knowing how badly they need a goalie or a defenseman, I'm gonna charge you 10x what I'm gonna charge Colorado. You know what I mean? Because I know you need it.
Especially a team in the same division
Yeah, like why am I gonna help you?
conference.
I think it's great. It's like it's like fantasy football when people are like, "Oh, why'd you veto my trade?" Because why would I want you to win? Why would
Yeah.
I let you make trades so that you could beat me? You know what I mean?
No,
Doesn't make
I
any
agree.
sense. Anyways, there was a period I want to say about a week ago when I was looking at it with Olu at work. You know him. Uh,
Mhm.
and in the bottom, like in from I think it was like from position 23 to 32 in the standings, maybe even lower than that. It was Toronto, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, and Ottawa. We're all in the bottom, like 9 teams of the league or 10 teams of the league, which is crazy. Only
Um,
Calgary should be bad on paper.
it's yeah. I mean, I can't. It is what it is. That's what it is on paper. But like the East, that can change at any time. within the next month because they're just so close to each other. But you're absolutely right. It's crazy because some of these teams we projected them to do a lot better this season in comparison to last year, and some of those teams are Winnipeg, who is missing Hellebucket. I don't know how long he's going to be gone for. Um, Toronto is being Toronto right now. Montreal, I still do think that they're going to make the playoffs this year. Um, Ottawa is kind of surprised. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with them. I don't know if you have any sort of insight with them, but Ottawa, I'm kind of lost for words
Ottawa
right
has
now.
me a bit like flabbergasted. Like I know they had some injuries, but like their team overall is pretty deep, and the fact that they just can't win,
Um,
I feel
and who
bad
else
for
are
the
we missing here?
franchise.
Say again.
I feel bad for them as a franchise because they just can't. They can never get it together. They can never figure it out. There's always like another hiccup every time that they almost have it.
Yeah, with the exception of last year, they've always started out very, very strong and then kind of tapered off towards the end of the season, and they just lose that playoff spot. Last year was kind of an anomaly where they were able to sustain that throughout the majority of the season. And that got them into the playoffs. This year, I have no idea what's going on. They can still do it, but
I always
it's going to
want.
be difficult for them at this point. I don't know.
I agree. I always wonder if you take some of their best seasons in their franchise's history, how far in the playoffs could they have gone, and could they have won a cup had they not ran into the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round
you know,
or the second round? You know what I mean? Because it's like
yeah,
that was like their kryptonite was facing the Leafs and losing, and it happened last year.
yeah. Well, let's see what happens. I mean, who do we didn't get to? We got to you talked about Calgary a little bit. Calgary, I'm a little
Vancouver,
shocked.
yeah,
You know, they got a great goalie in Wolf. They got some good forwards, which
they have to
I don't.
proper rebuild though. They're unwilling to like fully rebuild, which is so strange to me.
I do have a feeling that they're going to be the Boston Bruins of this year, where they just like unload a bunch of their players at the trade deadline and just start the rebuild. Um,
The Boston Bruins, who are like in first place in the East.
well, last year, like they just like let everybody go, and look what they did, and they were able to like maybe um, progress a little further in terms of what their plan initially was thought out to be. But you know, let's be honest here, it's still a little early, and because the East is so close, I just you never know what Boston could be out of a playoff spot by the end of the season. It's possible. Um, yeah, and then that kind of leaves out what Edmonton, and Edmonton is just unpredictable. But you know,
And Vancouver sucks.
Vancouver. So Vancouver, I have no idea what's going on with Vancouver right now. Like it came out yesterday that you know Jersey's talking to Vancouver, and they're gonna like uh, you know reunite the Hughes brothers and all that stuff in Jersey, and I was like, what is going on over there? I have no idea.
There's big rumors of a Quinn Hughes trade to Detroit, and and but the thing that's stalling it is none of the teams in talks with Vancouver are convinced that he will resign in the place where he gets traded to because he wants to go play with his brothers. And on a side note, because you said New Jersey has been linked left, right, and center to Steve Stamkos.
I don't even know at this point if Stamkos would be that valuable or that valuable of an asset.
I think in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take him on Team Canada if that's what you're asking. I might take John
At this
Tavares.
point, I probably wouldn't as well. Um, maybe that. Yeah, I guess
Would you take
maybe
John
that might
Tavares on
change.
Team Canada?
Say again.
Would you take John Tavares on Team Canada
That's
on your
too.
fourth line
I would
center?
have to look at who's available. Um, I, maybe as a depth forward. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Would you?
Maybe as my fourth line center
Yeah, I don't know.
because they're projecting the fourth line center to be Chiarelli or whatever the hell his name is.
Sorelli?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Well, let's see what happens. I don't know. What are we?
Anyways,
What
continue.
else?
Sorry, I cut you off. Is that it? Were we done with that?
Yeah.
Okay, Leafs. They've been playing better. I still don't believe in them. I still have to really talk myself into watching them play every game. I do think though, as a unit, they've been playing a little bit better. Matthews has been stepping it up a bit. Nylander has been playing a little bit more well rounded, but I'm not going to give him
He's
credit.
sick. He's sick.
Yeah,
I would say he's sick. Like he's probably hasn't recovered just yet. Like me, I'm freaking still recovering because I've
yeah,
been
me
sick all
too.
week.
Did you have that crazy
I
ass
would have
flu?
say again,
Did you have that crazy ass flu?
dude. It just hit me all of a sudden. I don't know where the hell it came from. I just yeah,
Dude,
it
I was like
was
blackout drunk from it for like 3 days.
really
It was bad. And I went to work and I don't know how I survived.
spread it to everyone.
Everyone had it. The whole entire place was sick. And I don't go near anybody, right? I'm segregated by myself at work. And somehow I still got sick.
Yeah, yeah. No, I went in on Monday. Usually, I usually get a sore throat for like 2 days, and then it hits me. This one, sore throat one day, and then Tuesday I woke up it's like, oh my
That's
god.
exactly what happened to me. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm dying. I'm like, I
I,
was like,
I
I'm dying.
I went to work and they forced me to go home.
They
And I
wouldn't
stayed
let me
home.
leave.
Yeah,
I was like, please, I need to go home.
it's I was home until Thursday. Um,
I worked two 12-hour shifts. That's sick.
yeah, I don't know what the hell. Everybody got it. Everybody
Yeah,
got it.
it's crazy.
Um, yeah, what we mentioned. One thing you did point out, which I would have to agree 100% with. Like we have our issues with the way Matthews has been playing, but I would say in the last 3 games, I've been starting to see a little more jump in him, a little more um Matthews of old, which kind of it's making me a little excited because if we can get a little bit, if we can get Matthews of a couple of years ago, um, with this team, who knows what can happen? But I'm glad that I'm starting to see a little bit of that. I had my issues with the team. I was always curious as to what we had. If we had a full lineup, a full healthy lineup, then I would make a proper assessment. Um, I'm glad to see that they are playing a little bit better. Hopefully they can keep progressing. Um, I don't know. When I'm looking up and down the lineup, Lawton is probably has been playing great. When Domi's been put back on his first line with um, Nyes and Matthews, he's been playing a little bit better. Um, you're right, Nylander. He's sick, so I'm going to give it another week. Hopefully, he could pick it up again. Tavares has kind of simmered down a little bit. Um, Easton Cowan at times it's shown his age.
But when he's on, he's on.
Yeah, yeah. But he's still a young kid. He's still making mistakes. So it's like whatever. It is what it
Nyes has
is.
been really good.
And now he's been really good. Love that goal a few nights ago where he
Just fought all the way to the net, and
just
that was
fought all the way to
nasty.
the net. That was an insane goal. That's a highlight goal, man. Highlight real goal. Wool has been lights out. Unfortunately, he got injured, but he was before he got injured, he was absolutely incredible.
I
Um,
got to give it to him, and you know how
yeah,
I feel. He was
I,
great.
I I agree. I agree. It's disappointing that he got injured. I am enthusiastic about Hilderby. This is a different Hilderby from last year, and he's been playing well. Um, it's Stolar's kind of frustrating with that. It's a bit frustrating. Um, Tanev, I want to see him back, see what he can bring to the table. You know what? I did want to ask you. Um, that waiver pickup, Troy Stretcher. I like. Wow, what an addition! Like, he's been really really good for this team, and I'm thinking to myself, why did the Oilers put him on waivers? It's like that the Oilers are having issues with the defense. Why would they put this guy on waivers?
Of all people, a position that they desperately needed, and but when you think about it, honestly, is is he the problem, and that's why they put him on waivers, or does Edmonton just not know how to coach the defense, and that's the problem? Because he left the Oilers and now he's playing relatively well on the Leafs. Like, I get messages from people all the time being like, "Look at this new guy; he's so good."
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the fact that he has really good chemistry with Jake McCabe, um, and they complement each other very well. It's like he came onto the team and he's like second on the team with total ice time. Like, you know what I mean? It's like not only did they bring him in, he's like on the top pair. You know what I mean? And at this point, I'd probably take him over Brendan Carlo.
Arlo's been shit.
He's been really, really bad, and I don't know if he was injured in the beginning of the season that kind of affected his play. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. You brought something up in the chat, and I believe it was you said something. What are they looking for?
What's a specific position you think the Leafs should target a trade for, and if you had someone in mind to take that position?
Probably at this point, I would probably look at the defense. I really don't think there's anything wrong with the forwards because when we're talking about excuse me, when we're talking about scoring goals, they're like one of the top teams in the NHL in terms of goals for. It's just trying to keep the puck out of their net and team defense. I probably if Carlo comes back and he doesn't step up his game, I probably look at making an improvement on defense and um yeah that's I, you know what I just got to say this, and I know you've been saying it for years now. Even though the Leafs have been playing better, I watch some of these games and I really like. I think he's great in interviews and he's a good ambassador for the team. But when it comes to his play, Morgan Riley is still making the same friggin' mistakes. Still making the same
From the
mistakes.
same mistakes from day one.
Yeah, like I think it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago when we were planning on doing an episode, and I was kind of excited because I did want to bring up this one specific play. Um, and it's so funny because it was this specific play was brought up in all the streaming platforms, like in terms of people watching the game on YouTube. And I can't remember who they were playing, but they were down a couple of goals, I believe, and it was a couple of minutes left. And Morgan Riley was going back to the D zone to retrieve the puck, and it was a couple minutes left, and the uh, goalie had gone to the bench to bring out an extra player, and he had gone back to his own zone to retrieve the puck with no pressure. Nobody was on him. All he had to do was circle around and bring the puck back to the O zone. But instead, what he did was he sent off a blind pass from his own zone all the way to the other side of the zone, and it ended up being like an icing, or it was like a turnover. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? You didn't need to do that. And it's so funny. I literally said that out loud. And then I'm looking back at some of these other channels and they were streaming the game. Every single person was saying the same thing. They're like, you did not need to do that. And it's just, he's still making those same mistakes. And it's, when we're talking about making improvements, I'd probably be looking at that. That's what I would look at going into if they make the playoffs. That's one area I want to make a change on. And it's just old habits die hard, and he still continues the ice and puck from his own zone. He can't even complete a pass most of the time, and that's just very frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, I would either target a winger or a defenseman, and I would specifically go at St. Louis right now because St. Louis needs to rebuild. They're clearly not going to be good anymore, and they have pieces to get rid of. Maybe a Periaco, or depending who you really want. I don't know if Falk's injured right now. You could get Buchnevich. I mean, but yeah, I would go at St. Louis.
Yeah, I mean, when we're looking at the lineup, it's like Michelli's not working out. He's in the doghouse, so it's obvious that he does. Brewery does not want to play him. I am glad that I got a couple of lines right from my prediction from the beginning of the season. I did mention that third line, like in October. Um,
It's crazy
uh,
though, the Michelli thing. Like, we never really gave a shit. But like
we
the
didn't.
hype that the people were giving this guy that no one's ever heard of because he's coming to the Leafs, it's like, what are we just pretending he's good to make ourselves feel better?
I was just more excited to see Joshua and Roy coming to the team rather than
How do you feel about their
Michelli.
play?
I one thing first and foremost, I didn't know too much about Michelli, but
Nobody
I,
did.
I didn't see it. I didn't see what others were trying to justify.
Nobody saw those things. They just wanted to see those things. I bet you his own teammates from the team he was on before, which I don't even know what team it was, don't even remember who he was.
Utah. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe they'll probably look at getting a winger. Who knows? This team's pretty. There's a lot of players on this team. They could probably try and make some sort of a deal, maybe get a depth forward. But I probably, if there's a trade to be had, if there's a way, um, I probably take a serious look at Morgan Riley because it's just getting to a point where it's just overdue. Um, yeah, I don't know. Who would you look at trading out
Trading
and bring?
out
Yeah, from this team.
Carlo, um, Carlo Riley, Michelli, and that's it. I don't think anybody else really needs to go. If you could find a way to get to put those guys, like throw Nick Robertson in with and make a trade, sure.
Yeah, he's kind of cooled off a little bit too. I mean, I don't know if it's worth having him on the fourth line. I don't know. I think Lorenz and Lawton have a bit of chemistry going on, but I don't know. I don't see Robertson being a bit of a fit on that fourth line. I think he's kind of being wasted if you're only playing him like 8-9 minutes a game. I don't know. It's just who knows. But that's it for me, I guess.
I don't have anything else, so you're good.
I'm good, man. Let me get back to my tea.
All right, guys, thanks for watching, and let us know that we are stupid in the comment section below. Goodbye.